It is what it is. By the time we're done with this video, you're gonna be more okay with acceptance, accepting life. It is what it is, accepting yourself. That thumbnail that you just seen is my mugshot from over 15 years ago, from incarceration, did almost 6 years, to you name it, you know my story. And if you don't know it, go check all them videos where I tell you what it is that I've been through in life. And I'll give more examples as I go. But you are here because you can relate with this information. You know that there is hope for all of us. There's hope for all of humanity. If I can be here, being a productive member of society, a productive dad, business owner, YouTuber, if you want to call me that. I'm saying there's been so many challenges that I had to overcome to be where I'm at and continue to overcome. But when we start looking at our lives, right, and see everything that we have been through and recognize that everything that we have been through is what made us us, we kind of like start taking it easier on us. I've been focusing on freedom in every way. I don't want to be tied down by fear, by beliefs, by nothing, much less my past, right? Because that is pretty much what limitations are. It's our brain using the associations of the past stopping us from moving forward, right? The sooner that you get to look at what has been in your life and be okay with it, whatever it is, you're not all good. I say that in a lot of videos, but you are not all good. I don't care how much you're flying, how awake you are, how much you remember. Nobody is all good. You're not all bad neither. So when you start giving yourself that grace and having that patience with your story, acceptance, knowing your story and being okay with it, so powerful. So powerful. That is what made me me, my story. Not apologizing for the mistakes made. At the end of the day, you are you because of all of it. If life would have been perfect and peaches and cream and roses and whatever you want to call it, perfect, you wouldn't be you. It wouldn't be a story worth telling. Like, this is hard. Being on earth separate from our own identity is a hard thing. So we're gonna, and it's a new environment for a lot of us, with a lot of distractions and things to experience, right? So what wrong have you done? Really think about it. What you have done that is so bad that you cannot accept it, forgive yourself and others. Like, that's my goal with bringing this topic of acceptance, because what acceptance does is allow you to live the max expression of you, because everything that you've done in life, it's you. Be good thoughts, bad thoughts, sins, acts of kindness, whatever it is that you've done with your life, is you, and it makes you, right? So why not embrace every single part of that? Why not be okay with every single part of that, the good, the bad, and the ugly? That is what's gonna have you accelerate, take such momentum. That, because what happened is that if we don't take it all and accept it all, we're chopping parts of the story out of it. The bad times, the hard times, the times where we haven't lived up to our own expectation or the expectations of others, right? All of that is part of you, is part of your story, right? So if you're not accepting that and taking that in stride and utilizing it as a super important part of your story, then the max expression of your soul is not being utilized. You don't know why you experience that in terms of today, You don't know what that was meant to do for you and those around you. Your story, usually the hardest parts, the things that you dislike the most about your story are the ones that are gonna make the greatest impact in your life. You think I like going bankrupt financially, like literally going bankrupt in America, like filing for bankruptcy? I didn't like it at the time. I thought that was the only choice at the time. I mean, I could have done other things looking back, but I didn't like that. I didn't like being taken advantage of a very close family member that really ruined me financially back then. And then I got myself back up after the bankruptcy and worked hard at the business that I was working at and put enough money together to make an investment that I almost lost 100K. Like, what? I didn't like that. I didn't like going to prison for all that time. I didn't like that. I didn't like when I was aggressive. I didn't like that. I didn't like it back then, and I don't like it looking back, but it made me who I am. I'm a little aggressive still. So what? That's me. It is what it is. There's so many things about me. Like, so I was talking to this person, and she's like, well, when Jesus come back, where are you going to be? And judging me a little bit, right? And I'm like, I don't know. You know where you're gonna be. You know where I'm gonna be. No, right? So why does it matter? I'm trying to be the best me right now, in spite of all of that, in spite of all of my story. I got sexually abused when I was probably 6 or 7. I lived in pure fear my whole life about a lot of things. Abandonment. Right? That's my story. It is what it is. There is not one part of you that is wasted. There is not little piece of emotion that you have left behind that you cannot recover. It is what it is. It is what it is today. And go back. Do me a favor, go back and write it down. All the worst parts of your life that you've been through, even if it's today, even if you are at rock bottom right now, write what it is that make you feel like that. And then, you know what? Go do something with that. This same person that I was talking to suffered depression for many years and it's recovered from that. Very active, doing great with her life. I'm like, what are you going to do with that part of your story? You just going to bury it there and call it a victory for you when there are a lot of other people that can take advantage of your testimony of what you've been through? Right? You don't have to have a channel like me. But if you see somebody that's going through the same things that you have been through, if you are in that mentality that it is what it is, you'll have the freedom, right? Because this is what this is all about. You'll have the freedom to look at somebody in the eye and say, hey, I've been there. This is how I came out to the other side. Or I am there. Let's come out of it together. Right? But until you accept what it is, because it is what it is, and every single part of it is part of who you call you. Every experience you're taking with you, all of them written down on the books and the records, all of them a creation. So that's you. It is what it is. You can be okay with your story. You have to be okay with your story. You cannot continue apologizing for who you've been or who you haven't been. It's your story. You have to own it. You have to get on your boots and you have to walk your story because that is the max expression of you. It's not about perfection. It's not about getting it all right. It's not about following every single rule to the T. It's about getting back up again and again and again and accepting what already is and being okay with it. It's about self love. It's about self forgiveness. It's about saying, I'm done judging myself. I'm done dragging these chains. The sad part about this is that that reasoning of not good enough, your story not being good enough, that happened very early in life. And your little brain couldn't reason what was happening. Unfortunately, that's the way they rigged it so that you have the majority of your reasoning developed in many ways before you're even 7 years old. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. If what I'm saying is wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure that the majority of our reasoning, the way that we see the world, happened really early in life when we weren't mature enough to dissect the emotion. We weren't mature enough to direct the energy wherever we wanted it. But today, you are. If you're watching this, you're an adult. This is not for kids. So you are a grown individual chronologically. Now it's time for that emotional maturity to reach your chronological age. I'm challenging you today to go down the line, look at your story, look at the dark moments, and say, it is what it is. Let me talk about it. Let me get naked. Let me get naked and let it out. You know, the freedom that I have with not giving up about my story. Trust me, those programs still work in the back of my head, right? I'm building a website for my for a pivot that I did on my company. You know, I'm going to be offering different services and I'm coming with a great marketing campaign, ads and all that good stuff. And in one of the forms, my name was on top of one of the forms, and I was working with my boy Nico. I'm like, yo, you know, let's get my name out of there. I don't want my name to be there. Right? They still, those things, that shame program still in the background trying to make its way in, telling me you're not good enough. Like you don't want people to know that it's you who's going to come to their house. I'm trustworthy. I want to give them the best of me. I'm part of this pivot that I did on my business is to help them breathe better in their houses, to clean the air in their houses, indoor air quality from top to bottom. I've done it all in my construction business, and I want to shift into making people's air in their houses cleaner. That's why they're gonna meet me. But the back of my head, not owning my story fully, is telling me, take your name out of the form. Somebody in the team is gonna go meet them. Right? That's how embedded these programs are in our psyche. I'm not good enough because of my story. That's subconscious. I feel great about myself. You know what I mean? I don't really give a here consciously, but that little voice always is going to try to take you out your center. Salt water. Cheers. Right? There's got to be a time where you embrace it, where you take every part of you and you hug it. It's self love, it's unconditional love. That's how you are loved. That's how your higher self loves you. There is no blemish. There are no blemishes when you are looked upon. Wow. What a beautiful creature you are. What a beautiful creature I am. It took a long, and this is a day to day to day to day to day thing. Like I'm very aware of my thinking. I have to remember myself that today is a new day, that I was created for newness today. I have to literally remind myself of that. I have to say, today is a new day. A lot of times throughout the day, like the things that I've done in my past and not too far of a past, they come back to haunt me. And I have to be like, hey, fuck it. It is what it is. It's already done. Moved on. Forgave myself, right? And remind myself that it's a new day. I have the opportunity to do better. When we were talking about the flood, my mom and I, how in the Bible, God told a few people, hey, get on the boat because I'm about to kill everyone else. She's saying, well, but God's mercy has a timing. Like you have to, understand that fairness, that is fair, that there's a time where you have to repent. Bro, there is no time frames for growth. There is no timelines for you to learn. That's why humility is so important in the whole process. Humility is your ability to say, I do not know it all and I want to continue to learn. That's what humility is. Right? So you have to, if there's anything in your life right now that is not allowing you to move past your fears, move past your anger, your sadness, your abandonment. One lady in the comments, hopefully you're watching this. This is for you. She said, you know what? You talk about there's always someone there, but I feel alone. Don't feel alone anymore. Enjoy your solitude. Switch that and enjoy the time where no one is around to speak into your life. And take that time to heal, because there is something that make you feel alone. That is called abandonment. I'm talking about it because I experience that once in a while. Like I have children, right? I miss my kids a lot. And I text my children, my older ones, especially, one of them that I really want to engage more, don't respond hardly ever. I feel a little abandonment. I said, damn, like I've been nothing but good to you. I want to be like be the best dad possible, right? And don't get that reciprocity back. You feel that abandonment a little bit. And it's okay. You have to accept it because abandonment is part of the story. Trust me. That is one that we all are going to go through, that feeling of abandonment, because this is not home. It's like you went on a war and everybody's a stranger around you. You're 18, you get drafted, you're in a war, you don't even know what's going on. You got trained for a couple months and now you're there and nobody familiar is around. That's what this earth is like. You're around a bunch of strangers experiencing a whole bunch of bullshit. Everybody looking out for themselves, and you have this heart that want to love, and it's not reciprocated all the time. No, it's okay to feel that abandonment. It's okay. But don't let it say it. It is what it is. And start finding those things about you that make you stronger. These times are making you you. They're not making you you. They're adding to who you are. All of these hard times that we're experiencing as an earth, as a humanity, right? They're being added to your resume. And it is what it is. Be okay with that. This chair is not like I hear the little. Do you hear it now? She don't want to squeak. Let me see. Now it doesn't want to squeak. There you go. Coming from a person that chose to experience a lot of suffering, who had horrible self image issues, who felt unworthy, unlovable, abandoned, afraid. That person, me talking about me, like coming from me, trust me, it feels awesome to be free from your past. I, uh, I look this. I'm so grateful. Like I am inside. I'm bubbling right now. And please, if you're not here, trust me, it's taken a lot of work. It's a long, rocky road to get here, to get to this peace of mind with my story, to say fuck it, to say it is what it is. But if you're not there, begin right now with hugging yourself. Let your heart feel the deepest love and give it to yourself. That's what acceptance does. It opens your heart to self love. And when you experience self love, you are living, that's unconditional love. Unconditional love loves shitty, loves awesome, loves it all. This is this is not for the camera. This is not for you. I don't say I feel happy. It's not about a feeling of happiness, of exhilaration. No, it's a joy. It's a knowing in my heart that everything will be okay, because if I can go through everything that I've been through, I faced beings on the other side, scary ones. I faced guns to my face, shot to my face, stabs. A lot of times that I faced death. Most of the time I put myself, I earned that, right? But it is what it is. I'm here to tell that story. I'm so happy. I'm so joyful that you are here to listen to it. Accept it all. Accept that this place is hard, right? I'm gonna give you a mindset. If you embrace the hard parts of life and you take them and you don't try to get out of it, right? Meaning your past too. If you can take life, no matter how hard it is, right? If life is hard for you right now, and you can make that to be expected, right? You say, you know what? I know it's hard, and I'm glad it's hard for me because I know that others may not have the strength that I have to go through this. Instead of trying to get out of the hard parts of life, you embrace them. And I'm speaking to myself right now. It's not just for you, this is for me too. If you say this is hard and I want it to be like that, right? And continue moving in spite of it being hard, making the decisions that take a lot of strength, that's gonna be the hardest part of this life. The rest is gonna be a cakewalk. For people like us, we have to, we didn't come here for a cakewalk. We came here to show others that freedom is possible. Right? I love you. If no one told you today that they love you, I love you. Just the way you are, the good, the bad, the ugly, it is what it is. It's your story, and it has to be told in the way that you move. It's not about having a channel like me. If you want to, please don't look. The Alchemist, Corey, Jace is putting videos out there. Check him out. Jace Belch. Sorry if I butcher your name, bro, but Jeannie Dot, Caesar Pagan, Beyond the Frequency 369. All these guys, small channels, like spreading this message. It doesn't take a channel. All I'm saying is spread your message with your life. I love you. I love the ugly parts of you. I love the beauty that you are. I love you. I love you, Bam. I love that you are telling your story. I love that you are okay with your story, Bam. I love that though you're not perfect, man, you still trying. You still get yourself up and dust yourself and you try again. That's all that matter. That you're adding experience to you're adding experiences to your experience. I love you, bro. I love you like no one else ever could. And I'm saying that to myself, but I'm saying it to you. Say it to yourself.